What's up, everyone? We're reacting to Silver's new video. I made 100 players simulate medieval civilization in Minecraft. Now, I'm actually in this video. Well, I don't know if I'm in the video, but I was in the event, and I died pretty early. So it wasn't like the first event where I made it to the very end. I actually died like really early in this event. So we're going to see if I'm actually like in the video at all. So yeah, let's just start playing.
Imagine if the medieval times were recreated in Minecraft, with ancient weapons, mysterious creatures, and 100 players split into 3 different kingdoms. Well, today I created a public server with a giant medieval map and split players into 3 races with unique abilities. Their goal is to build a kingdom and survive through different medieval world events like the Plague, huge orc invasions, and eventually invading other kingdoms. Players are also set to hardcore mode, meaning they only have 1 life, which will become the most advanced civilization, and will conflict emerge between the races. Welcome to the story of medieval civilization.
Let's go.
So, the 3 races spawned in their own unique regions.
Giants.
The dwarves in an icy mountain range, the elves an enchanted forest, the giants a plains with redwood trees. And to stay alive, these civilizations would have to find a food source quickly. The dwarf civilization were in an especially tough position as their region was too cold to grow crops, and the only nearby animals were reindeer, which they decided to tame instead of using as food.
We ride!
We can ride food.
But after some exploring, they found an ancient dwarven caverns that was filled with ores and some underground farms. So they started collecting materials and discovered a very unique food source, coal, as their abilities included being able to eat iron and coal, pickaxes being stronger than swords, extra ores while mining,
I did not know
and being
that.
1-block tool. So using the surface caves, the dwarves filled their appetite with some tasty coal. Next are the elves, who were surrounded by animals, and they planned on using them as a food source until they realized their abilities included
we were
only
vegetarian. That's probably why I died.
Increased archery damage, and the ability to use magic. The elves needed to find a food source quickly, so after collecting some basic tools, they started exploring and came across an ancient elf library and a watchtower with chests containing bread, magic wands, and spell books.
Pog, we got 1, baby.
This let them use magic to start growing their crops much faster and create farms to
Hold on. Okay, I might be here. Okay, I don't see myself.
Their population. Lastly, the giant civilization, who begun exploring, eventually finding a barn next to a giant wheat field, seemingly giving them infinite food.
We can only eat meat, and we can't board boats, or they will sink. Great.
Until they realized their ability.
Okay, so the next civilization video, I don't know when it's gonna be out, but it was just recently, and I was in it. Eyes, I don't know, man. He is something else in these events. He's been in every single one. He is something else, I'll tell you that.
These include only being able to eat meat, increased health and attack damage, being 3 blocks tall, and not being able to swim. This made that huge meat
I felt like the elves had like the best advantage.
The few animals in the barn wouldn't be enough to feed all 40 players.
I guess it didn't really happen.
After some more
I honestly forget
they came across
who won.
a trading post that traded wheat for beef.
This was like,
the giants established
like 2
a
months
trade
ago
route that gave them a renewable source of food. As day 1 came to an end, players from each civilization began mining to collect resources, which was very efficient for the dwarves due to their size, and frustrated some of the giants.
Being so big in the caves is so annoying. Oh, I forgot you can't swim. Oh no. Wait. Oh!
But surprisingly, being too heavy to swim actually helped them explore underwater caves. Everything was looking good for these civilizations until the sun went down and the first medieval world event begun.
The plague
event. One mystery player from each civilization would now be infected with the plague.
I'll just tell you right now, this is how I died. The freaking plague.
Stopping their natural regeneration and causing them to take wither damage. In the Elf Kingdom, a player named Mindwiz was infected, and the plague quickly.
There I am. Let's go. Yes, I'm in the video. I'm so awesome at being in silver event videos.
Please spread to the elves near the farm.
What does it do? Do you have the plague? Who has the plague?
You will die slowly if you stay near
Star Killer.
others, and if you're near others, you will spread it. So stay away
He was
from
like
everyone.
yelling at everyone.
Stay back.
A player named Starkiller stepped up with great leadership, organizing the elves to social distance. As the plague began without any symptoms, players had no idea when they were contagious, and it quickly spread to almost every single elf.
Yeah, it really sucked.
In the dwarven caverns.
And this isn't like anything towards the admins or silver, but it was, I don't know, it was kind of messed up or like messy or whatever, I think. It was kind of buggy, like the plague thing, because like you drink milk and then you like weren't infected by it anymore, but then like you still had it apparently.
A player named Chungledor was
So,
infected,
I mean, I don't really
spreading
care,
the plague
but
to a
I
player
know
who
some people
passed
were upset
by,
about
causing
it, but it's
panic as
whatever.
They started taking damage.
Listen, it's okay. Just eat your food. You're fine. You're
I have
fine.
no
Okay,
food.
I'm gonna build into the wall.
We have no.
I have no
with
Be
you
food.
now.
careful. Stay away. Stay away. Stay away.
I
Stay
have
away.
no food.
It's
I have
Chungledor.
no food.
Sorry,
We
I'm
melt
getting
reindeers.
ads.
But the rest of the dwarves managed to quarantine in caves, continuing their mining trips. Meanwhile, the giants were quarantining at the trading post,
The blue tent is the infection zone.
and they seemed to have things under control. So far, 0
COVID.
players had died of the plague, so players seemed safe. But as it got further into the
Nope.
night, players were about to encounter the 4th race in this medieval world for the
Yeah,
first time,
this is-
the orcs,
the
one of
orcs.
which had wandered into the mines and was staring menacingly at a group of infected dwarves.
Hey, Mr.
Oh,
Floosh.
yeah, about now,
Mate, Mr.
yeah.
Floosh, you can fight that thing, can't you?
Mr.
Oh.
Floosh, you got it. You got it. You can do it.
You're our champion, though, aren't you?
Mr. Floosh.
I thought you were the
Mr.
American
Floosh,
champion.
Oh
Mr.
no, what is
Floosh.
that?
After working up some courage, the dwarves begun fighting back and successfully took down their first orc.
Kill it. Yeah.
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 And while players
Yo.
fight the many orcs and goblins that were spawning around their civilization, I want to tell you guys about Dragon
Oh,
City.
yay, an
because of all
ad.
of the medieval mobs
Let's
we
go.
have custom made just
I'm
for this
skipping
video.
it. I'm
So
sorry,
huge thank you to
Silver.
them.
No promotion.
Now let's continue. With some minor casualties in each civilization, the plague event came to an end, and on the dawn of day 3, players were about to be given a great
think-
opportunity to advance during the next world
Alright,
event.
yeah, so I was
Border
in one
Expansion.
shot,
Until
yeah,
now,
'cause
players
I
were
died
limited
during
to
the
a
plague. I
100 by
guess he
100
doesn't-
area
I guess he
and
didn't
could
do
now
anything.
explore their entire region.
show me.
They were also given the coordinates of an ancient
But hey,
ruins
I'm in the
filled with
video,
useful
I'll
loot,
take it.
including diamonds, enchanted books, and huge amounts of food. So, the Giants' borders expanded all the way to an ancient castle ruins, and after farming some wheat in the new field they unlocked, they noticed the coordinates.
Oh, there's a nearby structure.
Oh, nearby structure, I'm going there.
A player named Seawat eventually gathered his warriors and begun exploring, and was slowly
Seawat
approaching
was
the
in this
castle,
one?
meeting a giant orc war
Pretty
boss
sure he's in
at
the
the
third
entrance.
one.
Noticing its
The
slow
most recent
speed,
one.
players evaded the orcs
I didn't
and
know he was
charged
in
into
this
the
one.
structure, finding a huge amount of materials, enchanted books, and food to bring back to their people. But the giant orc and army of goblins tailed the giants as they left, and were slowly getting closer.
Oh, that doesn't look too good.
In a panic, they pillared into the air, only just evading the rocks that the goblins were throwing at them.
How do we get out of here?
There's no way out.
Luckily for them, reinforcements arrived, and some much more geared giants took down the orcs. Over in the Elf Kingdom, conflict was brewing between some ancient rivals, Starkiller and 2 players named Saitama and Invictable, who both opposed his peaceful leadership
I
style.
like Invictable, he's cool.
Screw you, Starkiller.
When they received the coordinates of the floating elf ruins, they started racing towards the structure, wanting to take the loot for themselves. But Starkiller and some other elves were also
All they
rapidly
do is
traveling
just
towards
try and
the
cause
structure
anarchy.
until their
Man.
navigation caused them to end up directly below the floating castle, allowing Invictable and Saitama to collect all of the loot.
This is what this had? This is so cool.
This included diamonds, enchanted books, and blocks of materials, and the elf castle also didn't contain any nearby orcs, which was great for the explorers. Instead, the orcs
Sorry guys, OBS just stopped recording for some reason. I don't know why it did
goblins
that.
were heading towards the elves, catching them completely off guard.
Oh, guys, over here. What did I say?
Yeah, I remember watching
The
this,
Dwarf Kingdom, a player
spectating.
named
It's
Squid Kid
kinda
led their
hectic.
explorers towards the ruins of a dwarven fortress.
I'm going to the loot! Seems I found a little reindeer here.
After climbing a huge mountain, they arrived at the entrance, finding materials, food, and enchanted books inside, which Squid Kid used to make a sharpness fire aspect pickaxe. The rest of the dwarves then returned to the caverns,
Were
There's
they
gotta
not
be
able
some
to use
workplace
swords? I
violation
remember.
or something here, so
What's that
everyone watch
mentioned?
out.
while the dwarves who were
I
still
remember,
in the
like,
mines
watching
were
them
also
fight,
raided by a
and they
huge
just used
group
pickaxe.
of orcs and goblins.
Pickaxes. That's weird to say.
Reminded that their kingdom would face many dangers in the future, the dwarves decided to assemble a secret task force for future events, knowing that future conflict was inevitable.
I have to assemble a secret task force. 6 or 7 of our most elite, geared PvPers.
The dwarves were slightly struggling to organize themselves, and one player had already elected himself as king, offering Squid Kid a position as general.
And I want to offer you a position as the generals of the Dwarven Militia.
Wendigo?
Oh!
Was this
are
guy
you the
significant?
king?
I
Are
don't
you the
remember.
king?
Not yet, but I think I have a good chance of winning, lad.
Meanwhile, the elves were living pretty harmoniously in their newly built forest town, until their brand new enchantment table disappeared into the crowd of players.
Oh, wait, she's gonna
In the Giant Kingdom, a player named Eyes had just returned to the surface after a very long mining trip, realizing the giants were definitely in need of leadership when he found that trading post had exploded.
Why is everything blown up?
TNT goblins have been having some fun.
Why is there a shark on the land? Hello?
More giants then arrived at the trading post, including Seawart, who the majority of the giants were currently following as their leader.
God, I really need to get
Of
YouTube
every
Premium,
kingdom's future.
Treasure mountain, let's go. Everybody go. Everybody go.
Wait, no, we shouldn't. Wait, we shouldn't all go.
Everybody go now.
The Treasure Mountain event had now
Ice really
begun.
wants to take
At the
leadership.
center of this medieval
People
world
just
was a
denying it.
colossal mountain with gateways leading into an ancient dwarven
Kind of
city.
ironic because in the first event, he was like forcing everyone to come with him to invade the Arctic.
This contains huge amounts
funny.
of diamond blocks and insanely powerful treasure, and each civilization had now been given the mountain's coordinates, meaning all three civilizations were about to meet for the first time. The giants charged up a random mountain, slightly slowing their forces.
Bro, why are you going over the mountain? You can just go around it. Also, that Seawalk guy wants to be king and he's not even full iron yet. He's gonna get one hit. I'm gonna kill him.
Meanwhile, Squid Kid's dwarf task force set out towards the mountain, but
Ice
pretty much
has no
every
mercy.
single dwarf followed behind them, making their mission not so secret. Elven forces were also steadily approaching the mountain, led by Saitama and Invictable, but surprisingly, the dwarves were the first race to arrive, and courageously charged into the gateway without any idea of what could lie ahead.
Okay, guys, follow me. We're rushing mid and we're fighting for the middle loot. Follow me. Task force, follow me. Just worry about yourself. Everyone stick together. Task force, go left.
Slowly approaching the center of the mountain, they set their sights on the huge amount of treasure, finding it was protected by extremely powerful orcs. But they weren't discouraged and continued forward towards the many diamond blocks.
Guys, mine the diamonds and get out. Mine the diamonds and get out.
I got
This where,
diamonds.
like,
I got diamonds.
They
Oh
all
no.
start
Oh, no,
fighting.
no,
I
no,
don't
no.
remember because I left
Get out.
at some point.
As they were fighting back
Then
the
I came
orcs,
back and
the
everyone was
army of
fighting.
giants had just arrived at the mountain and was storming towards the dwarves. And guys, before we continue, over 90% of you aren't subscribed, so if you're
Oh my
enjoying this
God.
video and want to see more crazy content like this,
Silver,
be sure to hit the
you don't have
subscribe
9
button.
million
It's completely
subscribers?
free and helps out a ton.
But my God,
Dwarves, get
you're gonna
out.
reach it someday. I
Dwarves,
can feel it.
retreat.
Whoa, wait a minute. Why are the giants here?
Why do you think the giant's here? Because I want to be. Are you low? How low are you, mate?
Too low.
What did you just eat?
The piece of coal.
What?
Panicking at the giant's size and power,
remember
the dwarf
spectating
army
that.
retreated back to their gateway with a very nice amount of treasure.
Okay, Almedi, I'm gonna give you diamond armor. I'm gonna make you full diamond right now.
Okay, thank you.
As they were leaving, the elf forces arrived at the mountain and used their attacking spells to begin taking down the giants who were trying to collect the remaining treasure. But Ice started taking down any of the elves in his way, using his insane amount of gear and combat experience.
No, no.
Get in the bin. Yeah, get out of here. Except this guy. I want your bow.
Don't make me do this. Yo, run away. Go, go.
You
leave.
run
I'll see
away.
later.
You run away.
You run away.
You run away.
Realizing the treasure at the center of the mountain was gone, the elf and giant forces both decided to retreat back to their regions,
Where are the
and
dwarves
Ice
now?
was confused about the giants' lack of players.
Where even is everyone? Like, how is there only 12 of us here? We have 30 people.
This was because many of the giants decided not to go to the mountain, and instead, some of them decided to form an assassination plot against Eyes.
Oh,
So
every
someone
time, every
whose
time.
name is spelled I-Z-E is fine to kill you as soon as PvP
IZE.
Well, that is problematic.
A secret organization of giants had been forming underground, and Seawart, their leader, was escorted to their meeting place in the deep
I'm pretty
dark
sure C1 has like
caves.
800,000
I say we make him a throne,
subscribers.
and we ask him
Or am
to
I
take
thinking of
his
someone
place.
else? I don't
On the
even know.
spot he sits on the throne, we'll have a dripstone trap, but also if we mine the wood out from under it, he'll fall to his death.
So, Seawart built a full trap all the way down to Deep Slate, disguised as a throne, and finished the build right as Eyes and the rest of the giants arrived back
Did
at
it
the
even
trading
work? I don't even
post.
remember.
Dwarves had also just returned to their caverns and gathered for another meeting. Dwarves, I have a gift for you. It's a very intimidating, scary mob. Okay, stand back, guys. Stand back.
Don't kill it.
No, don't kill it. Don't actually kill it. It's friendly. It's good. It's good. This is a goblin trader, and it actually trades really useful items like ender pearls and diamonds,
way.
putting the dwarf civilization in a great position after their tactical retreat from the treasure mountain. They now had the most players out of every civilization, but the next world event would allow the other two civilizations to rebuild, even with their losses from the treasure mountain. The kingdom building event. Players now had to work together to build a medieval kingdom, and staff will then vote on the best build, allowing each civilization to earn a different supply drop tier depending on their rank. So each
I'm
kingdom
not
got to
talking
work,
much. I don't know. It's
begun
just
building
I feel
their
like
deep
because I'm not in this, I just don't have much. Oh, I was in this, but for a really short amount of time, I don't really have much to say. I don't know. I'm not good with reactions. But yeah.
towns.
Look at those beautiful towns.
While
So
players were
nice.
building, I decided to visit some of the civilizations and took a trip to the Elf Kingdom, who had just noticed a player bridging in the sky towards their civilization.
Who is up there? Everyone, who is that up there?
Wait, is he an enemy?
What?
No, he's Yes, and one player sprinted to the tower and started attacking. How did he die? How did he die?
I killed him because he was an enemy.
What do you mean he was an enemy? I then teleported to the Dwarf Kingdom, who had built a house for their goblin trader that I spawned earlier, and given him the suitably intimidating name, Grog the Destroyer.
So we decided to make him our prince.
No, it was an accident. I definitely didn't do that.
Wow,
In the
Silver
Giant
is
Kingdom, Ice was
Wow.
frustrated with the lack of building.
I mean,
No wonder
lads,
his videos
we
suck.
need
I'm
to
just kidding.
build
That was a
stuff.
joke.
Go over there and build stuff.
He then traveled to the farm,
That was a
finding
joke,
cows
don't
and
worry.
chickens that belonged to a farmer who
videos are
was
actually
currently
really
inside
good.
the barn. After checking the coast was clear, he decided to kill some cows for XP, and the farmer
Wait,
was
who's this?
quickly alerted.
Hey, what?
Oh, it's Eyes.
Need XP.
This isn't XP, bro. This is to keep us alive.
We have wheat to keep us alive.
Yeah, we're the ones that been doing all that. While you've been mining.
Yeah, congrats. Have fun getting 2-hit.
Meanwhile, Seawatts had
Ouch.
just finished his preparations and gathered his allies at the Trapped Throne. Also, if you guys want a chance to be in my Civilization videos, join my Discord link down below
the
and follow me on
Discord
Twitter
link.
where I post the applications.
Listen, we're gonna kill Eyes, okay? I'm almost positive I can do it.
But while they were still discussing their plan, Eyes was spotted heading straight towards the throne, and the
Man, everyone
assassination
just
plan
hates
was
Eyes.
brought into action.
I feel like from now on, like Eyes and Starkiller just need to like maybe stay a bit back from just kind of taking control of everything, because they're always being targeted. Well, Starkiller really isn't being shown in this video that much. I forget what happens to him, but I don't know. It's been a while.
I don't even care about that. We're dead.
What do you mean we're dead?
Bro, people are over there in leather and they're saying we need to build dirt. I don't care that I'm in leather.
I agree.
They're gonna all get 2-hit.
That's why we need to rally around you.
I mean, there's no point rallying me. They're not listening. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna defect, and you can figure it out.
Wait. Eyes. Wait,
don't
we're
care.
building you a throne. We built you a custom throne and
I
everything.
don't want a throne. I don't
Come on,
care,
we're gonna have a
man.
ceremony. It will unite the people.
It's a lost cause. The people over there dribbly. This
Come
is a
on,
team of
Eyes,
7
fall
people.
for the
Eyes,
trap.
I'm sorry
what-
to tell you, it's a lost cause, and I'm dipping.
Wait, Eyes, before you go.
No, don't care.
Alright, boys, this is a massive failure.
The mysterious player with no armor then wandered over to Seawatts.
No. But I have
Bro, exactly. This guy just came over here with the plague.
but we need to agree. What the? Who's got the plague?
Look at this. This guy. He just gave us all the plague.
And the infected player sprinted up the mountain, never to be seen again. Meanwhile,
Wait,
Isaac
seriously?
just returned to the farm
Who
to
the
talk
heck
about his
was
plans
that?
to defect. And the farmer whose cows were killed by Eyes earlier decided to get some revenge. How's this guy got the plague?
Well, step away from me if you have the plague, man. What?
Do you have it?
No. Oh, I am. What?
Exactly.
Why do I have it?
The plague had returned to the giant civilization.
Dude,
as the ominous
that
player
random
who spoke to
guy.
Seawatts logged out for an hour while infected and brought the plague back to the entire nation.
Are you serious? That guy just he logged down then came
The
back.
plague. Oh
my god, dude.
Due to the farmers' hard work, however, they managed to cure themselves using milk from the cows and gathered at the tree.
Okay, what do you mean milk from the cows, man? That's what I did and it didn't work. Oh man. It's I don't know. That was the only part of this event I was upset about.
At least until the next world event begun, the winter event. This means
winter
every
event.
player will begin freezing and will need to find a heat source extremely quickly to avoid death.
I don't remember
Luckily,
this.
The
I
dwarves
just
had already built
I
a
logged
campfire
back
in the
into
center
the
of their
server to
town,
spectate,
so they
like,
quickly
the
gathered
final,
around
like,
and begun singing campfire songs while they were being
whatever.
attacked by orcs.
I'm not saying it. Spoilers.
Oh my god.
Hey, once you get out of the fireplace area, you're chilling.
SOMG song, and if you
Ah, watch out!
Oh, big goblin! Big goblin!
you can just sing along.
Big goblin! Kill a big goblin! He's dead.
Kill him!
The giants, however,
Wow, they're
weren't so
going
organized, and their town's campfire was immediately broken.
We don't have the campfire anymore.
Man, who broke it? Like, what are you doing, man?
In the Elf Kingdom,
Dude,
Starkiller was first in line.
everywhere
for the throne,
Ice goes,
after
it's just
selflessly sharing
pain.
food with his people.
Starkiller, can I have a couple carrots?
Yeah, here you go.
And helping the elves survive through the winter.
Guys, everyone, get in fire! Get in fire!
This is where
Starkiller.
the upcoming king election
Amazing.
event made things very interesting. During this event, one player from each race would be elected as king, giving them double health, an elytra built into their chest plate, protection 5 crown, and a powerful royal mount. So picking a king was definitely an important decision. It came to the elves' attention that someone had built a gravestone with Starkiller's
Oh.
name on it.
Okay.
had like a little like, like a grave, like they
see that grave over there? They had that, but it had your name on it. So just
Sounds about right. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
A staff member then stumbled across
like,
a mysterious...
I remember, like, this event, like, this is kind of like a little spoilers for the next one. Starkiller is just so paranoid because
second town of elves in a
like in the first event he was betrayed.
Hey, did you make that sign for Starkiller? That grave?
Oh yeah.
And everyone just hates Eyes and
weren't satisfied with
Starkiller.
Starkiller's peaceful leadership
Sort of.
style and wanted to use their immense combat power from magical spells to expand the Elf Kingdom's rule. Over the past few days, Eyes had been messaging Saitama, informing him he wanted to defect to the Elf civilization, and Saitama saw this as a perfect opportunity to start a revolution in the Elf Kingdom and overthrow Starkiller.
We're gonna invite Eyes in at the end of building. We're gonna kill Starkiller, and then we're gonna try take control of our nation, and we're gonna like threaten people, and if they don't come with us, they die. But and Eyes is gonna be our muscle.
Eyes knew the winter was a perfect opportunity to defect, but before leaving, he wanted to deal a lethal blow to the giant civilization and was carefully watching Seawat for the perfect time to strike.
Oh no!
I'm being assassinated! I'm being assassinated!
Seawat, no!
Adios!
Eyes immediately left the Giant Kingdom and begun traveling to the Elf region. Yo, Isaac, what happened? Why'd you kill Seawat?
You tried to kill me twice.
The giant civilization is just in shambles.
I'm over it, man. They can figure it out, man. When I was there, they didn't want to listen.
And after a long journey through the harsh winter,
Starkiller and Eyes siding
in an elven
up.
forest next to their town, and they came up with a plan.
All right, we got to kill Starkiller because I think he's gonna take.
Never
control.
mind.
Bro, he is not going to take kindly to me showing up.
He's gonna get so mad. He's gonna scream.
Oh, bro, it's going to be bad.
Eyes and Saitama descended into the Elf Town, forever changing the future of the Elf Kingdom. No, are they actually gonna do it?
Oh,
Look at Eyes just sitting there. Oh.
You like, hold on.
Wait, guys, chill.
Guys, chill.
I can't believe they let that happen.
He doesn't have the wills to kill people, okay?
We need everyone looking in
Starkiller assassinated again.
No, it's
Wow.
not a trap, bro. If it was a trap, I would have just run in here and killed y'all.
Listen, this is the best for us, okay? Now that Starkiller's gone, we need a military commandant.
This is our only chance, guys.
Their plan was successful. Eyes was accepted into the Elf civilization, and a new age of the Elves was about to begin, right as the very eventful kingdom building event came to an end. So, it was now time for staff to vote on each civilization's kingdom and decide which race would get the most powerful supply drop. And we begun in the Dwarf Kingdom, featuring small winter houses with 1 block tall doors, and an orc that they befriended and named Froblenstein.
Look at him. He's so beautiful, isn't he?
There's also a tower home to Grog the Goblin Trader.
We traveled like hundreds of blocks to bring this little guy here. We went through a raid. It was awful, and he's still standing. Except for that one time you killed him, but he's still standing.
The dwarves also had some useful defenses in case of an invasion, and their kingdom earned 19 points in the
19
competition.
points. Wow,
Next
they even had a
is the
point
Elf Kingdom,
system.
who had built a beautiful forest town despite their political tension, featuring houses made from enchanted and
Sorry that I keep
as well as a
skipping
watchtower.
around. It's
There's
just
also
the
a town
stupid
center with
ads.
shopkeepers along the
I can't really do anything about it.
Oh my, what is this? Hello, are you selling anything?
I haven't had time to transport my furniture yet.
And a church, where the elves formed an interesting religion.
This is the Church of the Bleeding Leaves. This is where we worship our god, our savior, the crab! Praise
On the
the
first
crab!
day, the crab was born, and on the second day, it shed its shell.
Oh my god,
Whoa!
It's an actual crab.
The Elf Kingdom earned 21 points, putting them above the Dwarves. And lastly, the Giant Kingdom, consisting of beautiful farms, castles, and houses, I think.
So over here, we got
Beautiful
our farm. Not
farms.
sure what happened.
It's burning. Oh my.
It's a slash and burn technique of farming, okay? Alright, so
I
over here, we
see.
got a castle. Peep this. We got a silver crazy
Yeah,
statue
I think
made
they're gonna
of
get
moss.
last place.
No way, that
Never
looks
seen anything
just
like
like me. They also had a grave for that fallen leader.
Yeah, we got a cross.
This is a grave for Seawat.
God help us all. We got the traders on deck, you know, they're always here supporting us. We got the big totem.
So, the results were announced, with the elves in first place, followed by the dwarves, and lastly, the giants.
Wow,
Each civilization
13.
then received their supply drops. Give an insane reaction, okay?
I'm so excited!
No, they're not here yet!
Oh my god, I can't wait, guys! I can't wait!
containing increasing amounts of materials, catapults, and ballistas depending on their position, and the elves' military power now hugely exceeded
Silver
the other
went all out
kingdoms
with like
their
the
brand new
catapult and stuff.
huge
It's
supply
really
of
cool.
diamonds and even some netherite. Eyes also had the exact coordinates of the currently unsuspecting giant kingdom. The only remaining step before launching their invasion was to elect a king, and the election event shortly begun. In the Dwarf Kingdom, players gathered around their speech podium to begin a democratic election.
I'm gonna say I am not the greatest, but I play a lot of strategy games. Age of Empires, mate.
This guy's playing the wrong game! What's he even saying?
Dude, it's just like the first event. Squid Kid was just dissing everyone.
I'm a big star player, I'm a big time gamer. I know what I'm doing with Minecraft, I know how to kill. I've been around this rodeo a couple times.
Yeah, Tungledor! Woo! I gave so many of you guys your armor that's on your back right now.
And after many speeches, the vote came down to 2 players, Almighty and Squid Kid. And Almighty was the victor.
You're the first queen in Minecraft civilization history.
I'm about to do something real cool. Yeah.
Gaining the dwarves' royal wolf mount, which is the fastest of all 3 mounts. The giants, however, were slightly less democratic.
The ones with diamonds stay on, the ones with iron come off.
What about the one with the ideas?
Surprisingly,
this is a bit like
player with iron armor won over the giants with strong leadership and his ideas for the future. But a very stacked player in diamond armor greatly opposed this choice and decided to take action.
Thinker going at it.
Luckily,
Thinker was one of the
another
last
strong leader
Arctic
named
people
Thinker
alive
stepped
with
up,
me.
and a
in
second
the first
election. After 2 assassinations, a player named
Giants
X-Budgie
just
was
fell
elected as
apart.
king.
Anywhere Eyes comes from is just...
Yo,
dragon?
You have to tame it, you have to tame it! Gaining the Giants' Royal Dragon Mount, making them the only civilization with access to flight. In the Elf Kingdom, Aiz and Saitama had a cunning plan. During their assassination on Starkiller, Invictable pretended not to be involved, as Saitama and Aiz planned on making him the seemingly peaceful king of the elves, who was actually a puppet for their own ideals.
That worked so well, like we're actually just chilling. I think we win.
I like how nobody cared. Like everyone was defending Starkiller.
Invictable was given full netherite armor, and the elves gathered around their campfire to choose a king.
Well, Invictable is already leader, so is there really a point?
Yeah, I think we pick Invictable. Is everyone alright with that?
Alright, fastest king election you've ever seen.
With no players daring to oppose, Invictable was elected as the Elf King, and was given the Elven Royal Mount, a mystical creature called a Nudibranch that could travel on land and water. The Elf King also gained an extremely powerful Solar Strike spell, casting a beam of light at its
Solar
target,
Strike.
causing a huge
I remember that. It was
which
so
was a lot more
loud.
powerful than the existing heal and magic missile spells that the other elves had learned.
And here's the Royal Mount. Ooh.
This is a rare elven creature.
Is that a furry?
After taking a screenshot with their new pets, the elves launched their invasion.
Okay, everybody, we're gonna go. Get off my mount or you're getting stabbed.
5.
Get off the mount. Oh, okay,
and he's
that's
dead.
unfortunate. Man down. All right, onwards.
And their 24 players set out on a long journey towards the Giant Kingdom, who currently had the exact same population as the elves, meaning this war could go either way. The elf army successfully navigated through forests and around their Great Lakes,
The dog has Jesus hat.
Whoa!
and eventually crossed into the Giant region, arriving at a mountain very close to the enemy kingdom.
Oh, it's literally right. It's through those trees. The giants are right there through those trees.
After regrouping, the elves charged towards the kingdom's walls, and their ambush on the giants begun.
They're here, they're right here, they're right here, they're right here. Use your spells first.
I don't remember
use
this
your
fight.
bows.
Just
They got a
remember like, the last
dragon!
one.
There's people coming!
Noticing name tags outside their walls, the giants tried spreading word of invasion, but half of the giant players were still on the
my
ground,
God.
collecting diamonds for their people, as the elves broke down their walls and
That's
charged
so
into their
bad.
kingdom with complete confidence in their army.
Yo, over here, over here.
In a panic, the heavily outnumbered giants fled their kingdom, but one player wasn't fast enough, and the elves got their first
No,
blood.
Matt Gaming TT.
The giants fearfully scattered throughout the plains, with many retreating to the mines. The ones who didn't were at the elves' mercy.
Take him down. Okay, I got one. Got another?
Aiz, Saitama, and Invictable had their sights on the Giant King and chased him into a forest, shredding through his 30 hearts with
Ouch.
overwhelming power.
Yeah, it's over.
The elves had now captured the Giant King's dragon and had taken down 6 players without a single loss.
Wow.
But over in the Dwarf Kingdom, they noticed the giants were losing players to the elves, and while many dwarves decided to use this as an opportunity to advance their military, a group of very well-equipped dwarves decided to start an adventure all the way to the Giant Kingdom, attempting to intercept
I
the war.
watched this happen.
Alright, we got this. Oh wait, it's grass.
I haven't seen grass in 3 hours.
Yo.
After exploring some redwood forests, they found a stray group of elf warriors.
Oh, okay. There's like 5 of them. I'm gonna pearl in.
And without hesitation, started attacking them and took down 2 elves.
Got one?
One of the dwarves then chased an elf who was trying to find backup for an entire 5 minutes.
My people! Yo, help! Help! They all just started running. You're on your own, kid.
Oh.
Got him. Got 2?
And this is the fall of the elves.
I'm out of here. There we go.
The dwarves' quest succeeded, and when they returned, the dwarves were still giving speeches for some reason.
I don't think we should mine anymore because the next phase could happen at any moment.
And he was correct. The next world event then begun. Castle defense. During this event, players would now have to defend their kingdom from new extremely powerful orcs. But the only players still in their kingdom were the dwarves, and a huge army of orcs were marching towards them.
There's going to be a raid! There's going to be a raid!
I'm scared!
Even if you're not cute, stay back!
I'm launching the fleet!
Using catapults, they managed to lower
Oh my
the orc
god, you
numbers.
can just see Silver
taking on
spawning
the
them.
big guy. I got him. Get him.
But some explosive
Squid has
goblins created
balls.
a breach in the wall, and an orc war boss broke into their kingdom. Oh no! Oh no, that poor guy. But eventually, the dwarves defeated the orcs and continued advancing their military with a great population of 30 players, giving them hope against the bloodthirsty elves, who hugely outgeared them. Back in the giant region, Ice had spotted a name tag underground.
Oh, one of them's hiding in there. There's one of them in there.
The elf forces came across a secret tunnel under a barn. This led to an underground cave system where over half of the
giants
giant
being in the
forces
caves
were
is just
hiding.
not
The elves
good 'cause
started
they're too
investigating
big.
the tunnel,
It takes
just
so long to
missing a
dig.
giant who hid in the side of a wall. But
It's like elves versus giants in the
they found
caves.
a strip mine leading
It's just fair
directly to the
game.
giants.
Oh, I see them. I see them. Come.
They're not fair game, but like
The entire elf army were now crouching below the unaware giants. And were slowly mining towards them. Soup then broke into the cave, and this time the giants didn't hesitate to fight
Soup is
back,
amazing.
chasing Soup through a cave. But after realizing the entire elf army were behind him, they started retreating. The elves followed closely behind, using spells and archery to
Man, the
take them
giants just
down
got
one by one.
destroyed.
That's a bit tough. That's kind of tough. That's tough.
After eliminating every last giant, the elves shared out their armor, advancing their military even further. The elves then returned to the surface and came across some giants who were hiding in a mountain, and they had stolen back their dragon while the elves were underground.
Oh, I see them. They're right
They're
there.
hiding it.
I got him.
Oh, so sorry. This dragon. Yeah, maybe you don't go with a dragon inside a castle. That's probably not a good idea.
The royal elf mounts then had to be respawned, and for some reason, it was now purple.
Why does that look like Barney?
It's like we went to the GTA paint shop.
The elf army then regrouped and reflected on their war with the giants. The players who opposed Eyes and fueled his rage had now been eliminated. The elves realized that the dwarves outnumbered them and the giants combined.
Yeah, we would much rather team with the giants than kill them because the dwarves are.
Yeah, there's also 30 of them. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, I know. There's 30.
At the edge of this world, the remaining 10 giants set up a fortress at the top of a mountain, and the Elf King sent a message offering to have talks about a peace treaty. The giants agreed, and these players actually got on
Giants
well
and
with
elves
Eyes in the
team up.
early stages of their civilization.
Wait, should I go like ahead and make a peace offering and then the team rolls up behind? Would that be awesome? Me and my boy Gunji.
So, Invictable set out on his dragon to meet them, and flew all the way to the edge of the Elf Kingdom, arriving at the fortress.
I come.
Look at him
Oh,
go.
I just hit the wall. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, I come bringing peace. We would like to team up with all of you to take down the dwarves, because
that's exactly what
We would like to accept that. We would like to accept that.
I'm so glad we could reach this agreement.
The Elf Giant Alliance was formed, and their army was now extremely powerful, making the next world
Still
event
30 to
very
26.
interesting, which was just about to begin.
I know the outcome of what
Netherite
happens,
Mountain
but-
event. A loot chest had now spawned at the center of Treasure Mountain, containing insane amounts of Netherite. The army in control of this loot would be almost unstoppable.
Okay, I'm just gonna say, like, the dwarves can like dig like in the 1x1 holes. That was one of the most annoying things. It was painful to watch because like people would try and fight the dwarves, but they just couldn't because they would just dig away.
Oh my god, start running.
Yeah, because like
Knowing
they're in a
this, the
1x1
dwarves charged
space.
towards
It's
the
hard
mountain,
for like
while the
you to
elves
get
and
them.
giants had a very long way to travel, currently positioned at the edge of the map. But surprisingly, both armies arrived at the gates at the exact same time, as the dwarves' size made them slightly slower on foot.
You know what I love doing? I like bringing dragons in the mountain. Oh, okay, go in.
We're going.
The two armies ran through the gates, meeting at the center of the mountain.
What? They have a
Oh,
dragon!
there's a dragon. Okay, there's a dragon.
Invictable soared forward towards the netherite chest, chest,
Victable was
landed
just
on the
taking over.
platform, finding an insane amount of loot for his army.
Okay, we're rich. We're rich. We're so rich.
But before they had a chance to share out the netherite, the dwarves took that opportunity to attack, some bravely taking down giants and elves.
I got him! I got him!
Other dwarves completely overwhelmed by the difference in gear.
Yeah!
The dwarves' enchanted pickaxes allowed them to escape hastily when in danger, and using their tunneling strategies, lowered their enemies' numbers from 25 all the way to 14. But the remaining giants and elves were by far the most powerful players in the game, and managed to eliminate 8 dwarves. Although the giants and elves only had 13 players, with the dwarves at 21, the dwarf leaders knew that the only remaining giants and elves were notorious warriors, many of which survived to the final battle in my last Civilization video.
Am I in this? I don't think I am. Wait, that might be me right there.
And were now wearing full netherite armor. The dwarves' only hope for defeating them was to retreat and build defenses for a final battle. And the Dwarf Queen had a great idea of building a huge TNT trap at the entrance of their mines.
Oh yeah, I
Put a lot,
this.
put as much as you can. We're
this
going
was
to wait
something.
to the right moment to press the button.
Meanwhile, Squid and the other dwarves set up catapults and ballistas along their walls and created even more escape tunnels. Back at the Treasure Mountain, Invictable had shared out the netherite and had complete confidence in the power of his army.
I've realized I think I'm kind of immortal when I'm on the dragon, by the way, because the dwarves can't get this high to hit me.
That's kind of funny though. Ready for battle, they set out towards the dwarf region for the first time.
Yo guys, they do come with the dwarf.
They then
The
traveled
final
through
battle.
the cold mountain range, eventually approaching the walls of the Dwarf Kingdom and begun their siege.
Let's go, let's go.
The giants and elves were faced with a barrage of catapult boulders, meaning this battlefield would be extremely tough to cross. But Invictable led the attack on his dragon and smited a dwarf on top of the wall, instantly eliminating him.
Wait, someone just died!
Invictable then recharged his mana and took down another dwarf with perfect accuracy.
He was just too OP on that dragon.
The other giants and elves then
and
skillfully
then
fired
he
catapults directly at the dwarf walls.
I got hit off! Oh my gosh!
With the battle's
Squid
momentum
Kid.
heavily shifting in their favor, the elves and giants stormed into the kingdom. The dwarves had no choice but to retreat into the caverns and activate their TNT trap.
Of course you guys have a weird underground place! Of course!
Pineapples.
Oh my god!
Why you always have to have some weird underground stuff?
But many of the dwarves were intercepted before they could get to the caverns.
Yo, see this guy? Watch him explode, watch.
Get this guy! Get this giant!
Man, it
Oh
was
my
just.
gosh! I'm digging!
Oh,
I'm
it is. It is.
digging!
It was
The
12 to
remaining
16.
dwarves started digging escape tunnels, with the elves and giants following closely behind.
No, they're crawling! Get him! Get the king!
But the elves and giants' power was unstoppable, and the dwarves realized that one-on-one combat wouldn't work.
Good low, good low.
Get out of here, Colin! Go, go! Later! See ya later!
One by one, the dwarves fell, losing 10 players, with the elves and giants now outnumbering them, despite the dwarves' location advantage. However, the dwarves had lured the giants and elves extremely deep into their mountain, and this was the perfect opportunity to turn the tables. So they worked up some courage and took down their first giant.
Get him!
You guys don't get
Get
this.
him!
Dead.
We got him! Back up, Colin! Back up!
Hey man, where you going? No blocking. No blocking off. You're not fast enough for
Look
that.
at Squid.
You little... Get him. Don't let him get away. I'm sick of this.
I know, like this. The battling was just so
Get
annoying
away
to watch.
from me!
The dwarves
Because the
bravely took down
dwarves could
2
just
more
dig away.
giants, angering eyes with their new battle tactics.
Okay, I'm gonna freak out. Whatever, you guys do it. Kill him now! Did he go through a hole again? Come here, you little rat. Get out of there. Get out of the hole. But get TNT now!
With just 7 of them remaining, the dwarves knew that they needed a new plan to beat the giants. They decided to flee to their mountain fortress structure to use the high ground and tunnels that they created earlier to outmaneuver the giants
Let's go,
even
dwarves.
further.
Run! They're coming!
The giants and elves charged after them, catching up to 2 dwarves who had fallen behind.
I'm sorry, sir. Not really. Oh, this is a dwarf right here. Oh, there we go. That's another kill.
The final 5 dwarves climbed to the top of the fortress and prepared a plan to try splitting up their enemies and take them down one by one.
Where did they go, man? I don't even know where they are.
These remaining 5 dwarves were by far the most powerful, and they just about had enough gear to stand a chance. A lone elf then entered their structure,
Let's
and
go.
the dwarves' final plan begun.
Kill him!
This guy's freaking
I shot him!
Oh,
Let's go!
The dwarves then found
This
the
final
giant
battle was
separated
actually
from
pretty
his
cool to
army
watch.
and sprinted after him.
He's too big! He's weak! He's weak! He's dead, he's dead. Let's go!
Attack one at a time and get the dude.
Hey, don't do that! Don't attack one at a time! Oh!
The dwarves then roared another separated giant into the mountain.
Coming for your toes, boy! We got him! We got him!
Courageously, the dwarf queen distracted 6 enemies by herself.
Don't let her get away! Kill her now! Kill her now! Oh, come, kill the small one.
Meanwhile, Squid Kid singled out another 2 giants. The queen's distraction gave them the perfect opportunity.
You're dead! You're dead! Come here!
Dead.
You're dead!
Squid just went off at the end here.
Get him out!
And they successfully eliminated the last of the giants. The dwarves had finally turned the tables of this battle, with 5 players remaining and only 3 elves in their way. But to win, they'd now have to face 3 of the most skilled warriors in the elf army, Eyes, Invictable, and Soup, all 3 in netherite armor, while the dwarves were still in diamond. The dwarf queen was still distracting Eyes and Soup, and was trapped, selflessly fighting 3 giants by herself, meeting an unfortunate end.
Let's go!
The other dwarves tried avenging her, and Eyes was furious, deciding to leave the fight.
Whatever, okay, just go sit over here, whatever! Beat them at their own game, I'm just standing over here in the middle, whatever!
The dwarves chased after
he just got really
and
mad.
singled out Soup, who tunneled underground.
Soup's behind us! Get him! Get Soup!
I kind of wish Soup... He wasn't really featured that much in this video.
Soup escaped back to surface, and a lone dwarf who followed was teamed up on by the 3 elves.
His helmet's gone, his helmet's gone!
But Squid Kid and the other dwarves came to the rescue, and Soup and Invictable fled the fight. Now was their chance to take down Eyes.
Yep, and Eyes is dead.
I got him!
Eyes is
the
gone.
most powerful of the elves eliminated, Soup and Invictable sprinted to the top of the mountain and built a sky base to use the elf race's archery and spells to gain the upper hand.
I remember Soup just kind of camped up there.
Where I'm gonna make my last stand.
Squid bravely towered up to the sky base and managed to hit a bow shot, knocking Soup all the way down to the bottom of the mountain.
Oh no!
No way!
Soup then attempted to hide.
He's in the walls!
But 3 dwarves found him. He was heavily outnumbered.
And Soup
Nah,
is
I'm dead.
gone.
I'm so dead. Nah, GG's.
We got him! We got him! Get his armor!
The only
Just
remaining
Invictable.
elf was their king, who flew down from his sky base, trying to catch them off guard. But the dwarves chased him down and begun the fight that all of the fallen dwarves gave their life for.
He's low, he's low! I shot him!
I'm actually at full health still, so unfortunately...
He's not.
Unfortunately, I think I'll be pulling this back.
And Invictable
I
is
lied.
gone.
We got him!
I'm really glad Squid made it to the end, because he died kind of early in the first event.
And that is where the story comes to an end. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe for more. Definitely check out my previous Civilization video.
Yeah,
for
check it
another
out, I'm in
crazy
it.
Story. Again, huge thank you to Dragon City for sponsoring this video. Make sure to use the download link down below.
Alright, alright. Yeah, so Silver, that was another good video, man. I love it. I can't wait to see what you do at the next Civilization event, the zombie one. I had a lot of fun in it. Yeah, and I'm excited to keep... I like what you're doing with these Civilization events. I'm like talking to you like as if you're watching this, but I know you're not watching this. But yeah, so... Yeah, keep up all this good work. I like these videos. They're really well done. Yeah. See ya.